Hello, strangers. Thanks for tuning in to 15 Minutes with Fuzz. My name is Fuzz Martin, and this is a show about all the positive things happening right here in Washington County, Wisconsin. April was a bit of a bust for me. I mean, it was good. April was a good month, but my schedule got a bit out of hand, and a couple of interviewees backed down, not saying names. So it's been a bit of a time for me. However, things have settled down a bit, I hope, and I should be back on track for a while. Okay, cool. This week, Casa Guadalupe Education Center's Executive Director, Noelle Braun, joins me on the show. Noelle's first time on the show was back on my 14th episode of 15 Minutes with Fuzz, where she talked about Casa Guadalupe, and now we're here on the 75th episode. Isn't that crazy? It is crazy. Today, she joins me to talk about Fiesta Latina, a great event coming up on Saturday, May 20th at Regner Park in West Bend. With that, here are 15 minutes on Casa Guadalupe's Fiesta Latina with Noelle Braun on 15 Minutes with Fuzz. Welcome back to 15 Minutes with Fuzz, Noelle. First of all, you were on episode 14 of this show back in the day, and now this is episode 75, so that's kind of exciting. Welcome back.
Thank you. Super exciting. Congrats to you.
Thanks.
Lots to learn about here in the community.
Exactly. So last time we were here, we spoke about the organization Casa Guadalupe Education Center and its mission. But can you give our listeners a bit of an introduction in case they haven't listened to all 75 episodes?
Right. Absolutely. So Casa Guadalupe Education Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization in Washington County. And our mission is to be the bridge of integration to Hispanics and the communities in which they live through education and community access. So we are working with a lot of different families, kids and adults, with a variety of literacy and education programs, anything from adult English classes to after-school reading programs for elementary school youth. We have a college life and career readiness program for middle and high school students, and a large health program too called Healthy Latinos, Healthy Futures. And then we're just a resource in the community. We do work with a lot of individuals where their first language is Spanish. They may have just moved here recently from a Latin American country. And we're here to help them connect in the community, to provide resources on a variety of topics. So every day is different at Casa Guadalupe. We're really grateful and blessed to be in this community.
Well, it's a great cause, and it's great to have a resource like that for individuals in our county. It's great, and we appreciate all that you do in your role as well. So each year, Casa Guadalupe has an event called Fiesta Latina, which is coming up on Saturday, May 20th at Regner Park in West Bend. Can you tell us about how and when the idea for Fiesta Latina came about?
Absolutely. Fiesta Latina came about when I started at Casa Guadalupe, and it's been a little while now. I started in 2012.
Okay.
And one of the first things I did as director was I found out that the West Bend Area Chamber of Commerce had their Leadership West Bend program starting up. It was the fall of 2012. And they normally pick some nonprofits to support with a specific project or an ask. And I thought, you know what? Knowing Washington County and the festivals or the different events that we already have in this community, they're great events. I think of German Fest, for instance, been going on for like 35 plus years, things like that. And I realized that we didn't have like a large Latin American celebration. And definitely the fastest growing population in Washington County would be among the Hispanic Latino community. And I thought, how cool would it be to gather everyone to celebrate Latin American culture while, gaining some more recognition and about Casa Guadalupe and all the great things that we're doing in the community. So that was my ask to them. And so in 2012 into 2013, we had a group of 3 leaders in that Leadership West Bend group, plus my office administrator and we put together the first Fiesta Latina. And it's just gone since then. Like every year, it's always around that third weekend in May. It's the first event that kicks things off at Regner Park. And it's just a really fun time to bring the community together.
So this is your 11th?
Yes. Yep. This is our 11th annual. The only year we, of course, did not have it was 2020.
Sure. Yeah.
We pivoted that year, but ever since then, it's been at Regner Park.
That screwed up everybody's math for their annual events forever and ever.
I know.
So what is the main purpose of Fiesta Latina?
So the main purpose, I might be repeating myself a little bit,
Sure.
but the main purpose is certainly just to bring our community together, our diverse community, and to celebrate Latin American culture, as well as raise funds for Casa Guadalupe to bring about awareness and that recognition for our programs and our mission.
Great. Can you tell us about some of the cultural aspects of Fiesta Latina? What can attendees expect in terms of Latin American music, dance, food, etc.?
Absolutely. Yeah, so we love to bring all of that together at Regner Park. So it's in of course, that large area with the pavilions and the silver lining stage. So our event's going to be on Saturday, May 20th from noon to 8:30 p.m. So it's a full day event. And there will be entertainment from that stage from the start to the end. We're going to have 3 different Latin American food trucks. 2 of them are going to have more Mexican style food like taco trucks. One other one called Sazon Dominicano is going to be there with some more of like a food from the Dominican Republic.
Sure.
República Dominicana. That's what I was trying to say. Yes.
We say it backwards in English. So
exactly.
Screws
Yeah. So we like to offer a variety of foods that way. The first time we did food trucks was last year. It was really popular. So we're like, let's do it again. We have a variety of drinks that we'll be selling. Jeff Spirits always helps us out with getting a variety of like Latin American or like Mexican beers there. A lot of other drink options too, of course. From the stage, we're going to be doing a variety of things. We are going to be recognizing one of our staff members, Maria Gutierrez Gorola, who this school year has transitioned to a role at the West Bend High School, but she's done so much for us in our youth programs over the past 5-6 years. So we want to make sure that we're recognizing her. We're also going to be recognizing students that are receiving our Dream to Succeed scholarship. This is our 4th year, so we're very excited to announce those recipients. We're going to have anything from a singer named La Chaparra Cisneros, who's going to sing some songs in Spanish. We're going to have Salsa Brosa Dance Company come up. They do a lot of Latin dance. They do demos. They do performances. They're fantastic, award-winning. Ballet Folklorico, Sones Mexicanos, doing a bunch of folklore dances from Mexico. They're from Chicago. They've come up multiple years in a row, and they're just beautiful, phenomenal dancers. We have a couple of bands too.
Okay.
And we got some raffles that are coming up. We've got tons of stuff for kids, lots of activities. We're going to have a couple of bounce houses. We have at least 10 games, face painting. We have MPTC, Marine Park Technical College, and their cosmetology. Some of their students are going to do either like mini manicures or hairstyling. So there is so much. There's going to be lots of vendors too that are selling handmade items, particularly either Latino-owned businesses or they're selling items like from Latin America.
Okay.
So we'd love to highlight that as well.
That is a lot going on.
Yes.
And probably a lot to coordinate, huh? There's a lot of people that help you on your team to get this all together, right?
Yes. Thankfully, we have a great staff that is, we step up and do a lot this time of year, as well as a committee and my board of directors. So we're just so grateful for them and lots of volunteers. We're still looking for volunteers. We'll put a plug in for that. We have a Sign Up Genius link out there on our website and also our Facebook page. We have an event out there too. But we need at least 100 volunteers to make this event a success in such a variety of ways. So everyone helps make it a great time for everyone.
So if somebody is looking for your website and wants to volunteer, what's the URL for that?
Yes. So that is www.casaguadalupeonline.org.
Okay. casaguadalupeonline.org. And that's on Saturday, May 20th from noon till 8:30 p.m. So, and I assume you have shifts or something like that, or they sign
Absolutely.
up?
Yeah, we're not expecting outside of staff. We don't expect people to stay the whole day, but we certainly have shifts that are splitting things up. For instance, I know we could still use some people that are greeters at the entrances or, giving people wristbands when they enter. It is free admission with a little asterisk because, obviously it's our fundraiser. So we do ask a suggested donation. And if kids do want to play all the games and activities, we're asking for $5 per kid. They get a little drawstring backpack for their prizes and candy and all that. But just, again, it's like a nice way to contribute a little bit to the fundraiser as well. Otherwise, people, if they just want to come in and just check it out, they certainly can just mingle in the crowds and everything. So We're absolutely looking forward to it. One of our other top volunteer opportunities we have is cleanup. I know that's everyone's favorite thing to do, but at 8:30 p.m., the more people that can help us, it's going to go by so much faster.
Exactly. Yeah. Regarding the funds that are raised, how does that go to support Casa Guadalupe's programs and services?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for Fiesta Latina, it's really across the board, what we're raising funds for. It could be to support our health programming. It could be to, support the after-school reading program. So some of the funds could go to new books for the kids, or with like English classes, it could go towards helping to pay instructors, or like for the licenses for the curriculum that we use. So many things. And then we also have a large raffle drawing, and all of our raffle tickets that we sell, there's multiple prizes that can be won. You don't have to be present to win. We're selling tickets in advance and day of. All of those proceeds are going directly to our Dream to Succeed Scholarship Fund. So all those students that are getting scholarships. So that's a very specific earmark, are those raffle prizes.
Perfect. Yeah. And then you guys also have the 50-50 raffles. I see you got a couple of those going on, which people love 50-50 raffles.
Yeah, you could be a big winner.
Yeah, exactly. So again, if you want to volunteer, go to CasaGuadalupeOnline.org.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. I was listening. Are there any, I know this is your big event every year. Are there other events that you guys have coming up throughout 2023?
We do, actually. So yes, Fiesta Latina is our largest event of the year. This year, we are going to host our second annual Dream to Succeed Scholarship fundraiser. So last year in the fall, we actually had a Leadership West Bend group help us plan it. They're fantastic. I always give them a shout out. So we're doing it again because it was a great success last year. And that fundraiser is very specific to raise funds just for that scholarship fund. To keep it sustainable, we want to continue to grow that and make sure, because the amount of students that apply every year are just continuing to grow. The first year of the scholarship program, we had 6 that applied, 6 that got scholarships. Fast forward to this year, we had 27 that applied. So that's great. Yeah, absolutely. So this year, it's going to be on Friday, October 13th at the Washington County Fairgrounds in the Ziegler Building. And so shortly after Fiesta's done, we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna tell everyone to save that date. That's more of like a dinner dance. You buy your ticket and just have a fun night out. So that's a big event coming up.
And I assume you'll have sponsorship opportunities and things like that as well, right?
We will. Yes. I do want to give a shout out to our top level sponsors for Fiesta Latina. We have 3 this year, which is fantastic. So this is at the $5,000 level. We have MP Systems, Thrivent, Ramiro Paz's office here in West Bend, and West Bend Mutual Insurance Company. So we have awesome sponsors, multiple levels for Fiesta, but there will be sponsorship opportunities as well for the Dream to Succeed Scholarship Fundraiser.
Excellent. One more time, can you give us the details on time, location, and ticket information? Well, I guess there's not really ticket information, but donation information for Fiesta Latina.
Yes. So our 11th annual Fiesta Latina fundraiser and Latin American cultural celebration will be on Saturday, May 20th from noon to 8:30 p.m. at Regner Park. And we really look forward to seeing everyone. You can get more details at www.casaguadalupeonline.org, as well as our Facebook page. You just have to look up Casa Guadalupe Education Center. We have an event that's been created. We also have an Instagram page too, which is at Casa Guadalupe WI. And you can just check out all the updates there.
Perfect. Well, Noelle, I appreciate you coming on 15 Minutes with Fuzz, and I look forward to having you on a third time sometime soon.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much to Noelle Braun, Executive Director at Casa Guadalupe, for joining me on today's episode of 15 Minutes with Fuzz. Again, Fiesta Latina takes place on Saturday, May 20th at Regner Park in West Bend from noon until 8:30 p.m. It's free, and it will be a great time for your entire family. Go experience Fiesta Latina. If you ever have an idea for 15 Minutes with Fuzz, please reach out to me. You can go to fuzz.cc/guest and fill out the form, or email me 15withfuzz@gmail.com. Be sure to spell out the word 15. Again, that's 15withfuzz@gmail.com. That'll do it for today's episode. Barring any curveballs, I'll be back next Tuesday. I appreciate you listening, and we'll talk to you again next time right here on 15 Minutes with Fuzz.